Hey everyone, LVD here, and today I've got a very special video for you. I'm going to be opening this Play Booster box of the new Final Fantasy expansion that Wizards graciously sent my way. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. Got my little pass from the Magicon to open the box and hopefully not damage any of the cards. I will be attending Magicon in Atlanta, by the way. If anyone's going there, feel free to say hi. Should be a lot of fun. So every Play Booster box of Final Fantasy comes with 30 Play Boosters, so I guess that's enough for a draft, and then 6 packs will be left over. Normally I would be doing something fun with this, like drafting, or I like to do pack battles as well. Here you can see the overview of the different limited archetypes in draft, so you've got that as well. And yeah, let's get to it. So as I said, yeah, normally I would like to do some pack wars or something fun with the packs while opening them, but we've got a lot of them to go through, so let's get to it. First pack, always exciting. And we start things right with Summon Choco/Mog. And I guess I can maybe talk about these briefly. So these are the new Saga creatures. So you might be used to the Saga enchantments, but now they also come in creature form. So they will stick around for a couple turns, and then once the final lore counter is placed, you will sacrifice them. But yeah, they often provide a nice bit of value. Got an item shopkeep. Malboro with his bad breath. There's a whole cycle of these basic line cyclers. Bard's Bow. Plenty of the new job select equipment in every color, so they come attached to a 1/1 hero token. We might open a few of those tokens as well. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. We've seen these effects before, auras that shut down creatures, so it's pretty solid removal if you were to play this in draft. Got a nice pump spell. Crossroads Village with a new town subtype, and there's a few payoffs for picking up a bunch of towns in draft. Blue-green is kind of the main archetype for that. A Magitac Armor. Another uncommon is the Random Encounter. And a Valkyrie Aerial Unit. And blue is the artifact color. So you'll have blue-white as kind of your affinity for artifact archetype. And I guess we get an additional common here with a different art. Summon GF Ifrit. I might be messing up some of the names since I haven't played every Final Fantasy game. And our rare is Venat Heart of... I'm not even gonna try. 3/3, and then can activate to transform it into a 4/4 indestructible. Alright, and then we also get the new, I guess, Colossal Dreadmaw of the set, with Forest Cycling. When it enters, gain 3 life. So, quite a bit better than Colossal Dreadmaw. And we've got a nice full art Swamp as well. And then this is our art card. I believe this is Zidane, which also appears in the form of Ragavan in the set. Not sure if we can open it in Play Boosters, but one can hope. Alright, so that was our first pack. I'll probably do a little bit less talking as we progress. Alright. Got a horror token. And I guess that's because I started from the back. Alright, I've got a turret The rescue mission, can choose one of both modes. Blazing Bomb. Fight on. Get 2 creatures back. Get the greens with flashback, also returning mechanic. The Red Mountain Cycler. A world map. Good mana fixing. Tonberry. Our first uncommon. And there's Zidane. There's a few different cards with Zidane in it. Sleep Magic. Got a side quest. There's also an entire cycle of these side quest cards that can then transform, and we'll get a preview of our rare. But let's quickly take a look at Black Chocobo. And then our rare, Arden, the Usurper. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. And a bunch of other text. And then we get a foil Adelbert, which I might actually add to the equipment deck, since I've also gotten the different commander decks, which I will be upgrading. So if you're looking forward to seeing those videos, I'll be posting them soon. And then the Red-Green Town. We get a hero token. Not sure if there's more than one art for these, but they will see a lot of play, especially in Limited. Okay. I'm moving on. We've got Weapons Vendor. Discounting equip costs every turn. Haste Magic. A nice little pump spell. Hectize, we've seen this effect before, making each opponent discard. The Town Greeter. Ice Magic. And there's quite a few of these tiered instants and sorceries. And functions pretty similarly to Kicker. Just get to choose one of the 3 modes. But cards converted mana cost is still the one in the top right corner, so 2 in this case. Seen this before. Another Crossroads Village. Our first uncommon. The Gold Saucer. If you like flipping coins, there's a few of those cards in the set. And there's something for the dog lovers as well. And got another side quest here. Card collection. And the magicked card. Pretty fitting. And then our rare From Father to Son to search up a vehicle. Might be a way to get Parhelion in play for the ones playing Pioneer. And then the final act. And another hero token. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. You're not alone. Couple cards we've already seen. Blazing Bomb. Fight on. The greens. Vane's Treachery is a new one. Can kick it. And then it's a pretty solid removal spell. So probably at its best in your black-white sacrifice decks. Then there's a Scout. Still in uniform. First uncommon. Could be a way to equip things on the cheap, even if you're not necessarily stealing any of the opponent's equipment. And red-white is going to be the equipment archetype. So it could also be a sideboard card and limited. Got another return. The Seat of the Sanctum. Cole. And then our rare... Ooh, Cecil. Alternate art here. So this also has a backside. Not bad. And a clash of the icons. And we even get another foil. A land here. So yeah, there are multiple arts for the hero tokens. Not too surprising. Alright. And next up we've got a Blitzball shot. Combat tutorial, a nice divination, draw 2, and you get a counter. Mage attack infantry, good in multiples. The warrior's sword. A resentful revelation with flashback. Chocobo kick. With kicker, also quite thematic. Another village. Ooh, and Stroke of Midnight, aka Memories of Nibelheim. Something I haven't mentioned yet is that in the bottom part of the card you can see from which Final Fantasy game the cards are. So this one's Final Fantasy VII. Gotta get good at the Roman numerals as well. Reach the Horizon, a nice one for the blue-green town decks. Eject. Aridia, Summoner of Mist. And our rare is a Summoner's Grimoire. So can turn our hero into a shaman that can then cheat some expensive creatures into play, hopefully. And the white Aura Sight, also a nice common here. Removal that makes mana. And a full art island. And we get a nice emblem for Sephiroth. If we get lucky enough to open him, hopefully. Alright. And moving on. A Light of Judgment at 5 mana. Getting pricey for removal, but it does have some added upside against equipment. And there's Sephiroth's Intervention, pretty good removal too. Gigantode. Got another turret. Seen the rescue mission. A Laughing Mad. Discard draw 2 with flashback. So pretty solid. Adventurer's Airship. Not quite Smuggler's Copter, but still pretty playable for limited, I would say. Ooh, and a Search for the Frozen Esper. Nature's Claim. With video game art, I want to say. The Final Days, making those 2/2 horror tokens that we've seen before. Choco Comets, making the 2/2 Chocobo token essentially. There's a few cards that make them, so that's going to be at its best in the red-green landfall archetype. We've seen Adelberts. And the Earth Crystal, that's a nice rare to open. Green spells get a discount, and we get additional +1 counters, and you even get a mana sink ability, so it kind of does it all. Will be a nice addition for the Tidus commander deck. And we even get the Fire Crystal in the same pack, foil as well. Very nice, giving creatures haste, and can make copies of creatures in the form of a token that gets sacrificed end of turn. Very nice. And a foil forest as well. Well, this has to be our best pack so far. And another hero token. Got another T-Rexar. And Dragoon's Wyvern. One of the better commons for limited for sure. Our first Moogle sighting. This is the Plains Cycler. Got a sorcery speed Abrade, but it exiles the artifact in question. So it can be relevant against cards like the One Ring in certain formats, of course. A Namazu Trader. A Monk's Fist. And Shadowbringers, aka Dovin's Veto. Pretty nice. A Realm's Sketching. Token that's a copy of artifact, creature, or land. Doesn't have to be something you control either, so it's quite flexible. A Reno and a Rude. Self-destruct. I've seen people bring this up alongside the Cactuar that can get up to 9,000 power. That's definitely a combo. And one of our first sightings of Sid. There's multiple different arts throughout the set. So this one's from Final Fantasy 15, as we see here on the bottom. And our rare is Triple Triad, a card game within the card game. Also very fun. And we get a foil Wyvern as well. And a nice mountain. And there's our bird token that we can generate with a few different effects. Okay. Got a Dwarven Castle Guard. Thunder Magic. Pretty solid as well. Sadly only can target creatures, but still pretty efficient for 1 mana, or if we want to scale it up. Undercity Dire Rat. And Blitzball Shots we've seen before. Couple repeats. A 1/1 Death Touch. Can add it to your Finn the Fangbearer decks. Thieves' Knife. Torgal, also very nice. Making mana and then giving you some additional +1 counters. Ambrosia. And the Emperor of Palamitia, I want to say. And our rare. Ooh, a mythic rare, Terra, Magical Adept. Transforms into Esper Terra. So there's a lot going on here. And then we get Summon Fat Chocobo. Alright, and we get a nice little art card as well. Next up, we've got a Magic Damper. A Gaily Cat. Another Ifrit. Ahriman. 2/2 Flying Death Touch. Another T-Rexar. Blitzball. A mana artifact that can eventually draw some cards as well. Got your budget Snapcaster Mage. And Gladiolus also pretty solid. Chocobo Racetrack. Nice payoff for the landfall deck. And our rare can potentially win us the game if it hits the opponent. And we get a rare town, which can also transform into a vehicle. And then a foil Circle of Power. Very nice. Okay. So, not quite halfway yet, probably a third of the way in. Got a Dreams of Laguna with flashback. Paladin's Arms. Sabotender. Commune with Beavers. Cornered by Black Mages. So Black-Red is kind of the archetype. They want you to play with all these wizard tokens. So you want as many non-creature spells as possible. Got another Scout. Vane's Treachery. Ooh, and one of the alternate arts. Joda the Unifier. So you can play these in draft, of course won't be standard legal, but can still enjoy it in many other formats. And it does add some replayability to the draft environment as well. And definitely no shortage of legendary creatures. Cloud of Darkness. Got the Queen. And then the Darkness Crystal. Alright, so we've got 3 out of the 5 crystals. Collecting them like or Thanos. So this one's pretty good too. Ooh, and a foil Dion, which can transform into Bahamut, Warden of Light. Quite fitting to make this one foil. And then a foil island as well. It's another very solid pack. We got Joda, we've got Dion, and the Darkness Crystal, and a bunch of foils as well. Okay. And moving on, another Magic Damper. Moogle. Seen a couple Ifrits. Probably our 4th T-Rexar. Instant Ramen. Also quite flavorful, pun intended. Sorceress Schemes, that's a lot of S's. With flashback. And there's the regular Cactuar. Took me a second to parse the rules text on this card, but yeah, basically it sticks around for 1 turn and then you'll have to pick it back up. And Garnet, Princess of Alexandria. Plays well with all the saga creatures. Got a robot spider. And a rare hope. I'm not gonna try the last name. Foil Reach the Horizon. And a Plains. And yet another different hero token. Got another Blazing Bomb. The greens. Nothing new so far. Got a Lionheart, the equipment. The Greatsword's pretty great. Essentially a 4-1 for 3 mana, and then you can still move around the equipment afterwards. Probably at its best if you've got some life-linking creatures to make up for it. And we've seen the art card for this one before. Yeah, this probably can set up some infinite combos. Similar to the Squirrel token generator. And then Midgar. So our new adventure lands, also a rare cycle. And this is probably the most useful one, I would say. 3 mana still pretty reasonable for the reactor raid, and then you can still play the land afterwards. And we also get Jill, Shiva's dominance. Transforming into the Warden of Ice. And a foil ice magic. Not sure which side is up. Probably this way. Alright, so another pack with 2 rares, always fun. Got an airship crash. Can always cycle it if it's not needed. Retrieve the Esper for your blue-white artifact theme, but it also counts as a non-creature spell, so it fits into a bunch of different archetypes. Fate of the Suncrest. Not quite as good as Ride's End in Standard, but still decent. The Red Mage's Rapier. Black Mage's Rod. Perfect for your black-red mage aggro decks, but can also maybe slot it into like a black-white sacrifice deck. Magic Pots. A White Mage's Staff. So this pack is full of new cards we haven't seen before. Barrett Wallace. Coral Sword, nice little trick giving +1 power and then first strike until end of turn when you play it at instant speed. Poison the Waters. And as I flip this card, we'll get a preview of our rare. So rare is the Ninja's Blades. Definitely some powerful combos you can set up with it. And Summon Anima. Okay. getting a little bit better at opening these packs. Our second infantry. First Sahagin. Zak's also pretty decent. Summon Esper Haramu. Elixir. Another Clash. And our rare Genova Ancient Calamity. Another Moogle. Another Suplex. Syncopate also back in standard, so can maybe play it in the Mind Splice Apparatus decks. Adventures In gives us a second colorless land that gains 2 when it enters, so this one will see quite a bit of play in Commander and other formats. Got another landfall enchantment giving +1 counters. So now there's a few of these. Cargo ship. The Blitzball side quest. And got a nice red-green duo, Balthier and Frayne. The Fourier. And another hero token we haven't seen. So now that we've seen most of the commons, things are going a little faster here. The Wanderings can find a town, so plays well in the red-green landfall deck as well as the blue-green town deck. Ooh, wow. This is a big hit. Stay With Me, aka Rhystic Study, displaying a pretty memorable scene out of Final Fantasy X. And yeah, definitely one of the chase rares in the set, so that was lucky. Got another cargo ship. So yeah, we're still gonna get our rare in addition to opening a Rhystic Study. Another ride of the Shupuff. Got Moogle Merchant as our rare. Can maybe gift someone your Demonic Pact. So that could also be pretty fun. Ooh, nice. An Angelo token. Alright, so, well, this was probably our best pack so far, just on the strength of Rhystic Study. But we've had a couple good packs. The one with crystals. The one with Joda. Got an Ice Flan, the blue Island Cycler. First time seeing this guy. Called the Mountain Chocobo with flashback. So yeah, another card that can fit into multiple different archetypes. It's a non-creature spell for black-red or blue-red. Cares about landfall, so it can also go in your red-green landfall decks. And I guess another non-creature spell for the black-red mage aggro decks as well. The Gardener, just a nice mana creature. Evil Reawakens, your 5-mana reanimation spell of the set, although 2 additional +1 counters is pretty relevant too. X-Death, Void Warlock. And once again, as we flip this, we'll get a preview of the rare. And our rare is Jumbo Cactuar. So definitely one of the funnier cards in the set. Quite a few combos you can try and pull off with it. So we're about 2/3 of the way through, I think. Another Wanderings. The Merchant. Seeing this one for the first time. Nice for the blue-green town deck. Slash of Light. Probably wants to go in the red-white equipment deck. The Elder, making one of those black wizard tokens. Don't know if we've opened any of those tokens yet. Reinforcements. Mill 3, gain 3. So black-green is kind of the self-mill graveyard archetype. Another Ramen. Ooh, and this is a Diabolic Intent. Sack a creature to get a nice 2-mana tutor effect. Pretty fun too. Which means we'll get another rare. Swallowed by Leviathan. And Judge Magister. Opera, a love song, and then now for our rare, summon GF Cerberus. Very nice for your Spellslinger decks, so blue-red and black-red are probably pretty happy with this guy. And we get another rare, a Louisoix Sacrifice. Very nice. So, probably our second best pack so far. Another different art on the hero token as well. Paladin's Arms. Another Sabotender. Cornered by the Black Mages again. Commune with Beavers. So yeah, we've seen most of these. The Demon Wall's new. 2-mana 3/3 Defender, can put counters on it, and a lot of attack. Ignis helps you ramp when it enters, and then still has a nice ability afterwards. The Sandworm, 5/4 with haste. And then Fang is one of the melt cards in the set. So the backside is just one huge bottom half of a melt pair. And our rare is the white Adventureland Ishgard. And we get a UFO as well. All right. Another rapier. Another rod. The Iron Giant. Vincent's Limit Break. Battle menu, also pretty decent. Can make a token, can use it as a trick or as removal, and can even gain 4 life in a pinch. A nice recursive creature. And summon Shiva, also pretty decent. As one of those new saga creatures. And then for our rare, we've got, I guess, another uncommon. So we found the other half of the melt pair. So we've got the top half here. I guess I need to try and assemble the entire card now. Let's see. There we go. That's pretty neat. And then for our rare, we've got Saz Catsroy. Also very nice for the +1 counter commander deck. And they foil Ultimecia. Alright. And Ishtola. And next up, another Ifrit. This is T-Rex number 5. The Wyvern, also one of the cards we've seen most often. Ooh, nice, and a Wall of Omens. Finally, it's going to be available on Arena, so can definitely think of some Brawl decks where I wanted to include it. Sadly, it won't be illegal in Standard, but yeah, still a nice 2-mana 0/4 that draws a card. Samurai's Katana, also quite solid. And the Restoration Magic. Tidus and Blitzball Star. Got another side quest. Turns into the campsite. And our rare is a Raban, a Bull of Al Amigo. Goes well on the equipment deck. And another foil Poison the Waters. And I don't think we've seen this hero token either. Alright. Got another merchant. Our first sighting of a Rufus. Unexpected request. Travel the Overworld. A nice payoff for the blue-green town deck. The inspiration's pretty good too. And then our rare is the Wandering Minstrel. And another pair of foils as well to round it out. Scorpion Sentinel at 2 mana. This was our very first card. The Adventurer's Inn. Summon Anima we've seen before as an alternate art. Capital City. Garlands, which also transforms into Chaos the Endless. And then our rare is a mythic rare, Cloud's Midgar Mercenary. Definitely was hoping to open this for the Cloud Commander deck. And yeah, maybe can revitalize the equipment archetype in Standard, which hasn't really seen much play. Even though the best card in Standard is an equipment. Got a foil rescue mission. And the black-green town. And yet another hero token. So there seem to be 5 or 6 different heroes. Got another fat chocobo. Sage's Nuliths. Hope I'm saying that right. Another weapons vendor. The aura side's always decent. Our first Lunatic Pandora. A little pricey to activate, perhaps. Delivery Moogle, also very nice. Can search up an artifact with mana value 2 or less. Another UFO. The Black Waltz number 3 for your black-red wizard deck. The Prima Vista. And our rare is a mythic Summon Bahamut. Nice. 9 mana, a little pricey, but incredibly powerful. And we get a foil Crystals Chosen as well. And a Dark City. Alright, so we've gotten some pretty decent mythics in these last couple packs. Got another suplex. Phoenix down. Can reanimate stuff for exile skeletons, spirits, and zombies. And Tifa Lockhart as our rare. So pretty nice 2-drop for the Landfall deck, especially if you can pump it up some other way. And we also get a Mughals Valor. 5 mana, make a bunch of Mughals with lifelink. Very nice. And Prompto Argentum. So we're heading into the last 5 packs. And there's Finn the Fangbearer in the form of Vayne. Couple Death Touch creatures we've seen so far, in case you want to try and pull it off unlimited. Summon Primal Garuda. Diamond Weapon for the black-green graveyard deck. Ether. And our rare is the Great Sage. And we get another Rinoa. Already have the token. Slash of Lights. And Captain Lannery Storm. Just an uncommon here. But yeah, still pretty decent if you can play it on turn 3. Fire Magic's nice too. Our first Snow Villiers. And our rare, the Masamune. And we also get the Reluctant Guardian, which transforms into the final Aeon. I get a foil Black Mages. And I guess I haven't really paid attention to the back of the tokens, so I think we did actually open some of the Black Mage tokens earlier. Yeah, here it is. So the tokens are dual-faced. Phantom Train. Nice uncommon. And the Ring of Lucy will be a nice addition for any colorless brawl decks, especially on Arena. Finally getting another 4-mana artifact that makes a mana. Shantoto. The Blitzball side quests. Transforms into the Celestial Weapon. And our rare is Ultima, Origin of Oblivion. Nice payoff for any colorless brawl decks again. A foil Iron Giant. And there's Tifa Lockhart. Last 2 packs. I guess we'll look at this food token. Ooh, nice. Varagoth. In the form of Arden Izunia. Omega Heartless Evolution. Tifa's Limit Break. And our first sighting of Tia. Hunt the Mark side quest. And Golbez Crystal Collector as our rare. Last pack. Let's see what we get. Saz Chocobo. Nice 1-drop. Ash, Princess of Dalmasca. Another Circle of Power. Summon Primal Garuda. And the Lunar Whale as our rare. And a foil Angali Cat. Alright, so that was our Play Booster Box. I'll get back to you with some of the more exciting cards that we've opened, and then we can do a quick overview. Alright, welcome back. I've had some time to sort through all of the cards, and I've sorted things according to the different art styles, since there are a lot of different alternate arts throughout the set. So first off, we've got our regular rares. So there's 30 of those, 2 of them are foil, the Fire Crystal and Dion, and then 30 of these regular rares. So pretty nice haul considering there's 30 packs in a box. So multiple packs had 2 rares in them. Then we've got our regular mythic rares. 3 of those were opened. Summon Bahamut, Cloud, and Terra. Then we have one of the concept art cards by the Japanese artist Yoshitaka Amano. So we've got Joda. And then we've got the bold character poses, is what they call these. And we've got 3 of those. Cecil, we've got Balthier and Fran, as well as the Wandering Minstrel. Then we've got the other concept art cards, and these are often just from the games themselves. And of course we have our mythic Ristic Study, a couple rares as well with the Diabolic Intent and Varagoth, and then a couple uncommons, Finn, Captain Lannery, Nature's Claim, Stroke of Midnight, and Dovin's Veto. Then we've got the Japanese full art sagas. One of those was foil as well. Summon Anima, GF Ifrit, and the Primal Garuda. And finally the full art borderless Japanese style Jumbo Cactuar. So that's a different category of alternate arts as well. And then plenty of full art basics, 2 of those were foil. So about 12 of those. And then I quickly wanted to show you some of the tokens, since I failed to realize that they were dual-sided. So we've got the 2/2 Knight here, the Robot Warrior, the Wizard, another Hero, a Moogle, and the Dark Star as well. So pretty nice that tokens serve multiple purposes. And then we've got art cards as well here, in case you're interested. So yeah, pretty exciting box. Of course, the Ristic Study was by far the most exciting card. But yeah, lots of fun cards to try and play with. I'll be upgrading the Commander decks, which Wizards also kindly sent me. So stay tuned for those videos. But for now, I want to thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a nice day.